Hey, what's up guys? This is 9Lives coming at you with the second episode of my Sniper Secret series for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Today we're going to be breaking down another 5 sniper secrets that make a huge difference with aggressive quickscoping playstyles in Modern Warfare. If you missed the previous episode, I highly recommend checking it out if you're interested in becoming a better sniper. And now with that being said, let's start episode 2.
I think it's like the hard camera.
Get the world started, kid.
So in this episode, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the Kar98K, the MK2, and the DRAGUNOV to see how they stack up when it comes to aggressive quickscoping and sniping. We're going to have a look at the time between shots, precisely the difference between their scope-in times and seeing how they stack up there. Nice no-scope to the head there on that guy. We'll also have a look at a way to reload the Kar98K faster, test the usefulness of sleight of hand and see how much of a difference it actually makes with these snipers. And then for number 5, we're going to get into a very controversial strategy that a lot of snipers have quietly been using and not telling anybody about. I'm gonna reveal that for those of you that are still in the dark, and then I'll end the video off with an opinion on the situation. But to start things off today, we're gonna be taking a look at the time between shots with the Kar98K up first, and it gets a 1.518 seconds between shots. And we're gonna compare that to the MK2 as well as the DRAGUNOV, and then see how much faster or slower each one of them are. The Kar98K already we know is faster than the sniper rifles that we tested last time, so the HDR and the AX50. If you guys missed that video, of course, it was linked at the beginning. If you guys want to check that out as well for the more higher damage sniper rifles. The MK2 is up next with the 0.667 seconds between shots. Definitely faster than the Kar98K. You can tell just by shooting it. It's actually 56% faster between shots compared to the Kar98K. And that's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big jump. Now with the DRAGUNOV, we're actually getting 0.350 seconds between shots, and that definitely makes it the fastest sniper rifle that we've tested in this series so far. We're looking at a whopping 47% faster than the MK2. So that is extremely fast compared to the Kar98K. That's 76% faster with the DRAGUNOV. All right, so between these 3 popular sniper rifles for quickscoping, we've got part of the story now, and that's the fire rate. Now let's move on to the scope-in speed for all 3 of these sniper rifles and see how they stack up there. Now, just like in the last episode where we're testing the HDR and the AX50, the higher damage sniper rifles, we're gonna be using the best attachments to scope in faster with the Kar98K, the MK2, and the DRAGUNOV. That means we get 0.267 seconds with the Kar98K, all kitted out with the best speed attachments to help you scope in faster. That's definitely better than the AX50 can do, all kitted out. And to be honest with you guys, when I was recording for this video and I was starting to use the marksman rifles more, which is the Kar98K as well as the MK2, which are technically in the marksman rifle category, but then you can put a sniper scope on them and make them proper sniper rifles, I did get really into them and I enjoy them a lot, both the Kar98K and the MK2, also the DRAGUNOV. They're all fun. The DRAGUNOV technically in the sniper category, but just the scope in times, particularly with the Kar98K, something about it with the sniper scope is just really fun to me, and I can't quite put my finger on it. But the MK2 as well comes in at a 0.2 seconds. That's just crazy fast. Extremely fast scope in speed on this MK2, 25% faster than even the Kar98K. So the MK2 is the faster out of the 2, and that's just unreal. These things scope in really fast, much faster than the AX50 from last episode. Now, do keep in mind everything that we're testing in this episode is going to be lower damage than what we did in the previous episode with the HDR and the AX50, so you do have to aim a little bit higher to get a one-shot kill. Looking at the DRAGUNOV, we got 0.317 seconds to scope in. That actually makes it the slowest of the 3. So it's 59% slower to scope in compared to the MK2. And right there we can see the super high fire rate is unfortunately going to be less appealing given the slower scope in speed relative to the other test subjects. So the DRAGUNOV has a 19% slower scope than the Kar98K. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, I think I have the most fun with the AX50 still. If you guys want to learn more about the AX50, which is a higher damage sniper rifle, make sure you check my previous video. The link is in the top right corner of the screen right now if you want to check it out. All right, now let's talk about reloading. So the Kar98K is kind of interesting in the way that it reloads, because if you're using a sniper scope on it, like I am here in this demonstration, you're going to get a reload that looks just like this. And it's actually kind of slow. You're reloading one bullet at a time. So if you look at the time on the clock there up at the top, it's about 6 seconds, 6.006 seconds to reload all those individual bullets when you get all 5 of them in there, and then you take a shot. It takes about 6 seconds, right? If you use anything other than a proper sniper scope and you try something like this as like an ACOG scope of some sort, you actually don't have to deal with that individual reloading, and you can reload all of your bullets at once, just like that, much faster. So we get a 3.871 second time to reload there before we can take a shot. I love the sniper scope and I always prefer to use it. In doing so, I have to accept that it's 36% faster to reload without the sniper scope. So it's a pretty big trade-off. Now I'm pretty stubborn. I like to snipe, and when I snipe, I like to use the sniper scope. I don't like to use ACOG scopes. So for me, I'm always going to be trying to find ways to make the sniper scope work for me as best as I can. And in this case, we're going to be testing sleight of hand so we can see if that's going to be worth it for us or not. And that's going to give us a reload time of 4.738, which is 21% faster just by using the sleight of hand perk. All right, so what if we're not using a sniper scope, but we are using sleight of hand? So we can use the faster reloading method, plus it's getting sped up by the sleight of hand perk. This is going to be the fastest you could possibly reload a Kar98K, and we'll see what the time says here. It's 2.903 seconds to reload without a sniper scope, and with sleight of hand, that's 25% faster there. You guys can do what you want with this information. I'm still going to use a sniper scope because I just find it way more exciting to play that way. All right, so number 4, use more perks. I want to tell you guys, if you're not using specialist, you are missing out. I'm using specialist right here in this clip. This is the clip from the beginning. I'm just going to replay it. As you can see on the right side, I'm getting more perks as I'm going, and I unlock everything here. When you get to the end, you actually unlock all of the perks. So you're just a super soldier using all the advantages that you could possibly have to make yourself just that much more powerful. When it turns red there, you've unlocked everything, and it's amazing. I would really recommend trying it if you haven't. You just have to press square on the controller here when you're in this menu, and it enables specialist. That's going to allow you to pick 3 extra perks, and I'll tell you guys which ones I picked and why here to help with sniping. So lately I've been using a class setup that has a Kar98K as well as an MK2 at the same time. That explains my perk 1 there. It allows you to use both. Perk 2, hardline, that allows you to have lower requirements on your specialist perks, so you don't have to wait as long to get them unlocked as you're going. In the perk 3 slot, I've got tune up, which allows you to get your field upgrade faster. In my case, I'm using the tactical insertion, so I can spawn basically wherever I want. It recharges 33% faster, so I'm not waiting on it as much. Amped, my first specialist perk, allows me to swap weapons faster. Ghost keeps me off the radar, and then high alert, my last specialist perk, lights up your HUD in yellow if an enemy is looking at you, and that's really, really useful if you're in the middle of a clip. If you're, 5 in and somebody's looking at you, it'll point you in the right direction. Very, very nice for sniping, for hitting clips. I would recommend basically exactly these perks, at least to try once and see if you like it. It's a little bit of personal preference, so you can mess around with it a little bit and see what you like, but I've been having a really, really good time with it. So definitely has my endorsement. All right, guys, so we're coming up on sniper secret number 5 here. This is a very, very controversial one, and that is reverse boosting. So if you follow me on Twitter, you may already know my opinion on this. I think SBMM, skill-based matchmaking, is a huge problem in Call of Duty. I've spoken out against it many, many times. This is my most recent tweet about it from November 15th here. There's a lot of issues with it. One of the big ones for me is that it devalues honest content. I'm talking about YouTubers posting nukes, YouTubers posting high kill games, YouTubers posting crazy sniper clips against players that are in the lowest of the low skill bracket because they've manipulated the matchmaking system to allow Modern Warfare to match them up against these players that are literally some of the worst in the game, so they can just go absolutely crazy slaying them out. And viewers have been led to believe that these sniper clips and these pub stomping gameplays and these nukes were recorded in regular lobbies, and when in fact they were not. I'd like to see the developers either verify Activision IDs in the kill feed so people know if a player is playing on an alternate account, to put a skill rating on the HUD so viewers can understand the skill level of the players in the lobby. Weaken SBMM in QUICKPLAY matchmaking logic, or ideally just make QUICKPLAY completely unranked so there's 0 SBMM and you're just playing with players based on location location and their connection to the server. If you guys weren't aware, there's currently a huge witch hunt going on in the sniper community and in the pub stomping community and just in the content creator community in general for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And people are out for blood. People want to see some sort of vengeance against these players. And to be honest with you guys, while I do definitely disagree with reverse boosting and I wouldn't do it myself, if you want to point fingers, I think it should be at the developers, the makers of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The matchmaking system in Call of Duty should not make players want to shoot rocket launchers at their feet, to jump off ledges, to semtex themselves. This is a literal case of don't hate the player, hate the game, because the developers have created a matchmaking system that's pushing content creators, snipers, pub stompers to sabotage their stats so they can escape the skill-based matchmaking lobbies that they didn't ask for, which have been making it almost impossible to get a legit nuke because you keep on getting matched up against players that are exactly equal to your skill level. Even regular players who aren't concerned about creating content can't really see themselves improve and get better at the game because it keeps on matching them with more and more difficult players. So no matter what, they're getting pushed towards a 1 KD and they have a hard time without being able to see any sort of progress because there's no visible ranks to tell you that you're doing better or that you're getting matched in harder lobbies. It's all a black box. Now, to be clear, I love competition in FPS games. In fact, I grinded out CSGO to Global Elite, which is the highest competitive skill group you can get to. It's about the top 0.6% of players in the game, and I absolutely love it. I love playing against players of equal skill. I love having to actually think about all my movements and actually strategically move around the map and communicate with my team, but that's just not what Call of Duty is. It's definitely not what quick play in Call of Duty should be. And I think that it's turning a lot of players away from the game right now because they're frustrated with the type of games that they get matched up in. They can often be unbelievably competitive, which actually could be fine if the developers would publicly display our matchmaking ranks so that we know what skill group we're a part of and we know if we're playing against higher level players and we're starting to get better and we're gonna maybe rank up soon and get matched up against even more difficult players, but you are satisfied with that because you can see yourself improving and it's something to work towards and you want to stay in that skill group now and you want to climb up into the next one. There's none of that. There's none of that in Call of Duty right now. And I think that's what they need to figure out if they want this game to keep afloat, because to be honest with you guys, I'm a little bit worried about this matchmaking system and what it's doing to the game. If you guys appreciate my brutal honesty, please take 2 seconds to hit that like button. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you to everyone who actually took a second to click that like button. I owe you one. I'll see you guys soon with a new video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Peace.